Good evening, everyone. Brewmaster here with my History of German Brewing and Beer, Episode 3. This one is going to be a little bit of history, along with a review of Ayinger Weizenbock. Cool little normal Ayinger cat. Alright, now this one is pale, robust, spicy wheat ale, unfiltered. Let's see here. Brewed and bottled by Produit et Embouteille par Brauerei Ayinger. I probably butchered that, I'm sure, but Franz Iskalmer, Ayinger, Germany. It is brewed according to the Reinheitsgebot purity law of 1516. It comes in at 7.1% ABV. This is a 1 pint 9 fluid ounce bottle. Alright, now for a little bit of history. Early beers in Germany were usually dark brews, mashed from half-baked loaves of bread, coarsely ground barley or wheat. The gentle, moist baking of the loaves probably had a similar effect on the grain as today's malting. That is, activating the enzymes required for the conversion of starches into fermentable sugars. This modified bread was then soaked in crocks filled with water, where it fermented. The result was a murky and sour ale full of floating husks and crumbs. A far cry from the clean and crisp beers made in Germany today. So, like I said, this is episode 3 in my history of German brewing and beers, and I want to keep the history formal but brief in each of the subsequent videos after the first, so I didn't want to put too much in there. Don't want to bore you guys. Let's go ahead and get a pour and see what this Ayinger Weizenbock looks like. Very carbonated. Well, you've got probably a 5-finger head there, just over 4 fingers at least, of a slightly off-white, very creamy, very thick, like frothy head. This is a nice, cloudy, golden yellow, kind of a cloudy straw color. There's lots of nice little bubbles streaming up. Not a super amount of floaties, but it is cloudy. It looks very tasty. Let's get a nose, see what it smells like. You get, it's kind of crazy. I didn't expect that. Right off, you get a funky spice like a Belgian yeast. Kind of a little banana, clove. You definitely get the wheat, that a nice, like a lightly roasted bread. A little bit sweet, perhaps. A little very, very light, sweet, kind of a caramel sort of a smell. A little nutty. Let's get a taste of this one, see what it tastes like. Well, I mean, it's got all the flavors you would normally associate with a good Hefeweizen. You can't, it hides the alcohol completely. I would never have thought this was 7.1%. Nice thick mouthfeel. Not like a super heavy, like a stout or something, but a nice medium, I guess you could say. Very refreshing. That nice spiciness rolls across your tongue. Then you've got a sweet, sort of a, I don't know, like, it's got the bread, a little bit of biscuit, sort of a flavor, but there's some other lighter, like, I mean, I can only associate it as it must have been some very light, crisp, like Pilsen malt. Very well rounded. I think very true to the style. Strong wheat. I think if I don't know, every one of these videos I've made so far, the German beers have impressed me. I was never really a huge fan because, like I think most people, I was under the misconception or believed the misconception that all Germans really brewed were those light, crisp, blonde lagers. And that's just absolutely not true. The more I check into the history and the more I read about, the more of these I try. They are exceptional brewers with a very rich heritage of over 1,000 years brewing. And everything that I've tasted so far is fantastic. I like all their stuff. We'll see. I've got quite a few more of these History of German Brewing videos to come. So we'll see if I like all of them or not once I start getting to some of the golden pale lagers, which I normally don't like, but we'll see about these. I'm definitely going to be open-minded and give them all a fair chance. As always, guys, I've been Brewmaster, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that like button and subscribe, and let me know if there's anything you want to know. If you have any questions about German brewing or the history of German brewing or the culture as it evolved, please leave your questions in the box below, and I'll be sure to answer them as best as I can. Cheers, you guys.